Hello guys, welcome to Codeps Apparel. My name is Debbie Ghost Power. As you can see today, we'll be making this beautiful outfit. I got the inspiration from the internet and I thought to make one for myself. If you have not watched the drafting of this tutorial, I'll kindly drop it in the description box below. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell and invite others to come and watch this tutorial. So guys, if this is what you are interested in learning, kindly stay tuned and enjoy the making of this dress. I remain your tutor, the biggest power. See you. Okay, guys, I went ahead to make use of this Ankara print like so. So I went ahead to fold my fabric into two. Then I went ahead to place half of an inch on both sides. Then on my waistline, I added 1 inch. I did that on the other part also, and also at the back. So guys, I went ahead to cut out my patterns like so. So you can as well add 1 inch or 1.5 inch at the side of your pattern, depending on the allowance you want to put. But I added half of an inch on my side because I really don't want too much allowance. So guys, once I'm done cutting out all my pattern, the next thing I'll go ahead and do, I'll go ahead and notch my bust point, like so. I'll go ahead and mark it out and notch it so that whenever I am sewing, I can be able to match up the bust point for the right cup and also for the left cup. So I'll go ahead and notch like so. So once I've notched, you see, once I place it, they're all equal. So the next thing we're going to do is that I'll go ahead and also notch the back. As you can see, the back looks equal. So I'll go ahead and notch the upper part and also at the center back so that by the time I'm sewing, I won't get confused. So go ahead and do the same thing. Make sure you notch your side, the side that you'll be able to know which one is which one. So guys, I went ahead to cut out my interfacing and my wording on each of my fabric. So as you can see for my cup, I went ahead to cut out two wording. I also went ahead to cut out 4 pieces of interfacing like so, and I also went ahead to cut out my lining like so. I did the same thing on the other part like so. So guys, as for my center front, I went ahead to cut out two interfacing on my fabric so that by the time I iron it up, it will be thick. So guys, as for my wording for my cup, if you notice, I didn't cut the actual size of my cup. I went ahead to use my pattern paper to cut out my wording so that by the time I'm sewing on my wording, it won't be too thick. So also this the same thing on the left cup. I went ahead to cut out the same thing I'm having on my pattern paper so that when the time I'm sewing, it won't be too thick. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron my interfacing on my center front and also my wording and my interfacing on my cup and also for the back. As for my lining, guys, I went ahead to make use of paper stay for my lining. I iron just a single piece of paper stay on my lining. So guys, this is the paper stay I used to iron for my lining, and also this is the interfacing, which is called stay, that I used to iron for my main fabric because stay is more thicker than paper stay, so I preferred it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and join all my cups together, and I'll pick my front cup and place it on my side cup. As you can see where I'm having the notch, I'll place each notches together. That is the importance of notch. When you notch, you get your joining accurate. So I'll go ahead and match the two side cups together and I'll pin it up. Once I'm done that, I'll go ahead and sew the cups together. So guys, I'm done sewing the cup and you can see how cuppy it is. So I went ahead to iron my seam line like so. So the next thing we're going to do, I'll go ahead and sew my bias tape. So I bought this bias tape at the market and I prefer to use black. So guys, I'll go ahead and measure 2.5 from the starting of my cup down. This is where I'll be sewing my bias tape to. So just go ahead and measure 2.5 round the cup. So guys, as you can see, my chalk is actually not showing because of the kind of color I'm using for my chalk. So once I'm through with that, I'll go ahead and sew my bias tape vertically around the upper part of my cup like so. Then and once I'm done with that, I'll also go ahead and sew the center mid cup like so. Can you see? That's the center mid cup. I'll go ahead and sew my bias tape. So the next thing we are going to do, I'll pick my cup and press my cup inside so that I can be able to sew my bias tape. So I will start sewing from my midpoint of my cup, the center midpoint of my cup. I'll go ahead and sew like so. So when you are sewing, make sure you are very careful because the bias is kind of small and there's a tendency that it will shrink. Just go ahead and sew very carefully. So once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and sew the upper part of my cup like so. Okay, so guys, I'm done sewing my bias tape on my cup and I'll go ahead and sew my cup to my main fabric. So I'll place the right cup to the right side of my main fabric like so, and I'll go ahead and sew half of an inch round the cup because the allowance that we added on each of the seam, which is the cup and the main fabric, is of an inch. So I'll go ahead and sew half of an inch round, and when I'm sewing, I'll make sure I follow the curve line together. And as you can see, my lines are matching up together. So guys, once I'm done, I'll go ahead and sew the other part like so. So before sewing the other part, I'll go ahead and notch. I don't joke with notching. Notching has helped me a lot. So whenever I'm sewing, when there's a need for me to notch, I'll go ahead and notch. So I'll go ahead and notch my cup round like so that by the time I open up, it can lay flat. So guys, I'm done sewing the two cup as you can see. It's all nice. I've also went ahead to sew my bias at the back and also add half of an inch away from the bias line. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and insert my boning. So I make use of this boning, not up to half of an inch though, but I prefer to use this one. So guys, on my center front, I'll go ahead and I'll come down by half of an inch, and also at the down, I'll make sure I leave a space of about half of an inch for my joining. So I'll go ahead and confirm like so. I can see half of an inch at the down. So for me to avoid a sharp edge at my bone, I'll go ahead and bond the two tip with my lighter so that it can be dull. The tip will be dull. So I'll go ahead and insert my boning. So guys, I'll go ahead and do the same thing on all my bias tape like so. I'll go ahead and insert all my boning. Once I'm done, I'll bring it for you guys to see. So guys, I'm gonna head to put my bone. As you can see, it's not laid flat because of the bone is not well ironed. So I'll go ahead and iron it together so that it can lay flat. Then I'll go ahead and join my back to my front fabric like so. Once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and fix up bias at the place I joined. So guys, I'm done sewing. As you can see, I've already fixed my bias at the side where I joined. And also for my lining, I'm gonna head to sew my lining also. So guys, as for the sleeve, as you can see, I've already made one of the sleeve. So guys, to cut out the sleeve, multiply what you took out from the upper part, which is the yoke, and times it by 4. Like I took out 7 inches, so I multiply 7 inches by 4. That is why I had this long stripe. So guys, I made use of 10 inches for my length because I'm going to fold the upper part and the down part. At the side of your stripe, just go ahead and create a small armhole curve. Can you see a small armhole curve? And as you can see, I've already folded the upper part like so and the down part. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fix in my elastic. So I'll put my elastic inside like so. Then I'll go ahead and gather. What I took out from my upper part was 7 inches. So I'll multiply 7 by 2 to give it 14 plus 1 inch of an allowance of the to join to the armhole, which will give me 15. So I'll go ahead and gather 15. So do the same thing. When you gather it, make sure you measure it so that it will be accurate. So guys, I'm done with gathering of the up, and when I measure, I'm having the exact 15 inches. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the down. Once I'm done, so guys, I'll go ahead and join the two sides together. So I'll just fold the two sides like so, and I'll go ahead and join. So guys, once I'm done joining, I'll go ahead and fix my sleeve. So place the center midpoint of your puff sleeve to the side of your main fabric, and go ahead and sew like you see me do like so. So once I'm done sewing, I'll bring it for you guys to see. So guys, once I've sewn my sleeve, I'll go ahead and attach my lining to my main fabric. So I'll place the midpoint of my lining to the midpoint of my main fabric, and I'll bring down my sleeve then make sure I sew round till I get to the back, because this is an inseam dress where you won't see your seam line outside. So I also go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Go ahead and sew it to the back. So guys, I'm making use of hemming gum to sew the upper part of my fabric at the down. Then at the center back, I will leave it open. I will not sew the center back of the two sides. That's where I wish to turn my dress out. So guys, once I'm done sewing my lining to my main fabric, I went ahead to notch all together. Then from the center back, which I left open, I'll go ahead and bring out my main fabric. Actually, bringing out this outfit is actually not easy because of the bone, but it is achievable. So just go ahead and bring it out like so. So guys, once I'm done bringing out my main fabric together, I'll go ahead and join the two center back. So I'll just fold in my allowance which I kept. So I'll go ahead and join it, and I will iron it and bring the final look for you guys to see. So guys, this is the final look, and you see how beautiful this is. I'm so loving it. Then for the back, I'll go ahead and fix my eyelet pin for the back also. So guys, if you have come this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and invite others. Thank you so much.